Hello everyone, welcome to Go Get My Guru. Before proceed with the today's session, let's have a look at agenda of today's session. Let's begins with an introduction to polymorphism in Python. Polymorphism means an object showing different behavior at different stages of its life cycle is called as polymorphism. For example, in real time, let us consider a lady as an object. She acts differently at different stages of her life cycle, like she will do cooking, shopping, work, she will take care of baby, etc. Now let's come to coding. This diagram contains two len function in two print function. Here, len function is the function that can run with many data types in Python. One is for counting how many integers and another one is for counting how many letters in string. Let's demonstrate this in VS Code. Write print function. In this print function, write len function by giving integer values, that is 1, 2, 3, and write one more print function. In this print function, write length function by giving string value, that is go get my guru. Here length is a function that is running with both integer data type and string data type. Let's run this code and we are getting here output is 3 and 11. 3 is for total number of integers present in len function and 11 is for total number of letters which is present in string. And then second one is use of polymorphism in different ways. The polymorphism can be used in class methods, functions and object and an inheritance. First we'll see the use of polymorphism in class methods. In this case there are two classes. The first is chair class with def display color method with self keyword and a print function with a string black. And the second one is desk class with the same name with the same method and a print function with a different string value, that is brown. Then created an object for two different classes because classes are not inheriting. And then call the methods by iterating objects in for loop. After running this code, we'll get output as black and brown. Let us demonstrate this in VS Code. Create a class chair and then define a method, that is def display color with self keyword and write one print function with string black. Next, create one more class, call it as desk and define a method which is same in chair class, that is display color, and write one print function with different string value, that is brown. Then next is to create object for two different classes, that is desk is equal to desk and chair is equal to chair, and write one for loop and then call the method. If we run this code, we should get output as black and brown. Let's run this code and we are getting output as we expected, that is black and brown. And then next is the use of polymorphism in function and objects. In this case also the same. First create two classes, that is chair and desk. Then create an object for two classes. Then create a function called function which will take an object which will name it as obj. Through this obj, any instantiated object will be able to called into this function, that is function chair and function desk. After running this, we'll get the same output, that is black and brown. Let's demonstrate this also in VS Code. Instead of writing new code, I am just doing slight modification in this code. Writing new function, that is def function obj and through that obj I am calling display color method, and then I am deleting this for loop and calling the method through function. Let's run this code, and the output we are getting is black and brown. And then last is the use of polymorphism in an inheritance. In this case, created a class, named it as chair, and then defined a method that is display feature chair with self keyword, and one print function with string value that is features of chair, and then created one more class, call it as folding chair, and it is having the same method which is in the chair class, and it is also having a one print function with different implementation. That is, folding chair is a chair that can be foldable. Hence, it is an inheritance concept. Base class name in derived class. Here, chair will be the base class and folding chair will be the derived class. Then, create an object for the derived class. That is, folding chair is equal to folding chair in main function. Then, call the methods in main function by evaluating conditional or if statement. If this condition satisfies true, it will call to the main function. Then folding chair dot display feature chair will call to the method which is in the folding chair class. After running this code, we'll get output as folding chair is a chair that can be foldable. This is one example for the method overriding. Let us demonstrate this in VS Code. First, create a class, named it as chair, then define a method that is def display feature chair with self keyword, and write one print function with string that is features of chair, and create one more class called as folding chair with a method which is defined in the chair class, that is def display feature chair with self keyword, and write print function with different implementation, that is folding chair is a chair that can be foldable. Hence, it is a inheritance concept. Write base class name that is chair in derived class, that is in folding chair. Then create a object for folding chair in main function. Then call the method by writing folding chair dot display feature chair, and call the main function by evaluating if condition. In this code, there are two classes, that is chair and folding chair. Hence, it is an inheritance concept. The folding chair inheriting the property of the chair class. Both the classes have same method but different implementation. Then created a object for the derived class, that is folding chair, and then the method is called by giving folding chair dot, that is object name dot method name. Method name is display feature chair, and then main function is called by evaluating conditional statement. This is an example for the method overriding. Let's run this code. We'll see the output. Here, the output we are getting is folding chair is a chair that can be foldable. It is because of in folding chair, we have given different implementation. So, we are getting folding chair is a chair that can be foldable, not the features of chair. Hope you are enjoying learning with us. Requested to like our videos to support us. Leave us a feedback in the comment section. Are you a subscriber to our channel? If not, requested to click on subscribe button and hit the bell icon to receive regular updates. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again in the next session. Keep coding, happy learning.